Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am Gigi of GGmadeit.com. You know, the knitter, the blogger, and the yarn hoe. Coming to you for the weekly installation of my life, right? So this week, we're going to talk about finished objects. We're going to talk about works in progress. We're going to talk about what's up next and Game of Thrones. Whew. Oh, also, the curls are back in town. I'm so happy to have my curls back, guys. I always worry when I get my hair blown dry that I'll have heat damage. So the curls are back. Yes, they are. All right, you ready? Let's get started. So, we are going to start with, I finished. So, you guys have been with me on my journey of this test knit. And you know that this test knit, one, I don't do test knits. Two, let me tell it, I don't do charts. So this was a challenge for me, and I conquered it. I'm so very proud. You guys all saw the hat. You saw the hat, right? But now I finished the cow. I finished. So guys, so let's talk about this. First of all, it is a test knit by Amy Meeks, and it's called Honeycomb Sweet Home, I believe. I double checked, and it will be released the end of the month. It will be sold at Stitches United, I think she said. But it'll be sold. I have the booth numbers. I'll get that information. But I will definitely come back before then to let you guys know that it's available for purchase. But I did it. So let's talk about challenges. And let's talk about comparison. And I say that because a lot of things that I deem challenging are because I've seen someone else's version of it and I compare myself to them. And that's just not fair, right? So this is loaded with mistakes, by the way. I got just about at the end and realized that I was not reading the chart properly and I was twisting my stitches in the wrong direction, is why it kind of looks flat in some places and raised in the other. But one of my philosophies is there's two things that you learn in life with every situation that's presented to you, whether it's the best situation that you've ever had or the worst. You learn two things: what to do and what not to do. And I've learned that I absolutely should listen to that inner voice of mine, because I kept looking and was wondering why those stitches look that way. Had I stopped then and checked the chart and double checked that I was doing the right direction of the twist when I should have been, I would have been better off, and what not to do is to allow my frustrations to stop me, right? Because this cow took me a lot longer to finish than the hat, simply because I kept getting frustrated. I kept getting frustrated and I kept putting it down, but I did it. And look, my floats look fantastic. You would think that I did charts all the time. My floats are serious, right? So I am very, very pleased with the outcome. And like I said, what to do or what not to do. And I know to listen to my inner voice, and I know not to allow my frustrations to take hold of me. So I did take some pictures in the hat, and the cow said I will put them here, somewhere in here so you guys can see. But I finished, and I'm proud of myself. Like, there was a lesson in it. You know, is it perfect? No. But I learned, right? So I feel like I didn't lose. I could have done some things differently, but I learned something from it, right? So the next time that I tackle a chart, not sure when that'll be, but next time I decide to do something with a chart, I'll know to double check and to make sure that I am doing the stitches as I should be. So again, this is Honeycomb Sweet Home by Amy Meeks, and it should be available for purchase the end of May. Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm leaving.
Okay, have a good time.
Okay,
I love you too. End of May. And the kits will be sold at Stitches United, I believe it is, in Atlanta. She did tell me what booth numbers. I'll share that. If you are going to Stitches, you can get it at the booth that she's sharing. She's going to be selling it at. Forgive me because I don't remember the name of the booth. The other thing is, don't go looking for this color. She dyed this orange specifically for me. She says she did not write down what she did because she has no plans on repeating it. So this orange combination will not be available, but there will be kits, and there will be the palms. Don't get me to lying the name of the palm maker right this minute, but I will put the information in the down bar because she has fabulous, fabulous palms. So that's what I finished, and I'm so, so, so very proud of myself. Very proud of myself, because that inner voice, guys, is powerful. It is powerful in all facets of your life. I know we're simply talking about crafting here most times, but I promise you, when I tell myself that I can't do something, I do not absolutely even attempt. Okay? And if you are like me, it's not fair to shut yourself down when you don't even know if you can do it or not, right? And truth be told, I've done charts before. I don't have it with me right now, but I have a cow that I did years ago. I was looking for something else the other day and came across it, and I'm like, would you look at this? This is a chart. This is color work, and I did that years ago. So I say all that to say, this thing up here is powerful. And this thing right here is so close to this thing right here. So watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Okay, so that was what I finished. So what I'm working on. I needed a quick project. So quick that I'll probably be finished this while this is uploading tonight. So you will absolutely see pictures of the completed this next week. But I had the pleasure of meeting Denise Baron, I believe that's how you pronounce her name, at Vogue last year. I will put a picture of her. She has two patterns out right now. The one is like a cardigan, and what is it called? Cardigan. I'll put the information down. I'm not going to rely on my memory. I'm not. But she has a brand new pattern, and it's called Hat Dana. And you guys know I love to wrap my curls up when they're not looking the greatest, or wrap my head, period. So the hatdana is a bandana and hat combination. Is that cool? It's a bandana and hat combination. So the majority of it is knitted flat, and then you join it, and you know, got a little cable in there just to give you some texture and some ribbing. And it's a quick, super satisfying pattern. It is so well written. So well written. Like, I believe she has raised the bar, in my opinion, for patterns, because the layout of the pattern is fantastic. She has video support for any techniques that may be new to you, or you need, you know, you might be a visual learner. You might need to see it happening so that you can, you know, get it right. Just bravo. Like, bravo. Bravo. I am so impressed. And of course, somewhere in here, I got a little oops in there. You're supposed to twist however many rows, and there's one little that's not as long as it should be. But that's okay. It makes it unique to GG. So I, as you can see, am on the ribbing. So this will be finished tonight. This will absolutely be finished tonight. And let's talk about this yarn. This yarn is from my boo. Y'all know who my boo is? I'm going to give you a minute. Who's my boo? Plucky. This is the Plucky Knitter. This base is Beauregard. And Beauregard is a cashmere and yak combo. Y'all need a field cam because you don't understand. You don't understand. That's cashmere and yak, baby. Cashmere and yak. So I am loving this. I like, and I blame this on Melissa. I didn't think I cared about a halo, but this has a nice little halo on it. And I'm assuming that's coming from the yak. But this zest is fabulous. You talking about a GG orange. If I ever seen it, that's it. So this is my current whip, which will be a finished object shortly. I promise you, if you are looking for a quick, satisfying project, hatdana is it. I will leave the link and all the information down. I will give you the details about the yarn, but you do know with Plucky, the yarn is not readily available. You have to catch them with the update. But Beauregard is one of their bases, and you know the colors. You got to catch them. But this color in particular is Zest. This base is Beauregard, and the pattern is Hatdana by Denise Baron on Instagram. She's Baron Handmade, I think. Yeah, I think that's what it is. So I'm really, really pleased with how this is coming out. Really, really, really happy. And like I said, I should have this done tonight. Like, I'm just about done now. I got a couple more rows of ribbing to do, and we will be done. So, is anybody else out there like me after you have had, I know for me, after I've had a pattern that's, or a project that has taken me a long time, I need some instant gratification. I need to cast on something that I can have finished like quick before I jump into another long project. Is that anybody else? If you understand, if you feel me, talk to me in the down bar. Like, I think that's why in the beginning of all this, I truly loved bulky yarn more so than anything else, because you can't beat that instant gratification. You cannot. There is something about just whipping them out, and being able to see your work like completed, or wear your work completed. That just feels good to me. So I already had in my mind what I was going to do next. I knew that as soon as I was gifted the kit for this, I knew it was going to be my next. But then I agreed to this test knit, is why the hat and the cow kind of edged out what I'm getting ready to do next. So let's talk about what's coming up. So when I say what's coming up, depending on how the night goes, I may start winding the yarn tonight. If not, I'll definitely wind it up tomorrow. But when I first came back and started being consistent, I showed you guys this kit. I talked about my Melissa and my Lisa from Espace Tricot. I absolutely adore those ladies. And I have to watch their latest podcast because they always give me a project that I have to make or something that I fall in love with. And that's how I fell in love with this particular thing that I'm getting ready to share with you that I'm going to make next. And immediately I was like, could we switch that around a little bit and make it a little bit more orange? So I was planning on purchasing it. I just needed to be sure that they could honor my request, because as you'll see, the project is striped and I wanted more orange than I did the other. I wanted the majority of it to be orange. Why'd they send it to me? I just love the people. I love the people. So let's get into it. What is going to be my next project? And I cannot pronounce it. But this beauty. Now I need you to I need you to come with me to GG, the land of GG, and I need you to inverse this and visualize all these stripes in orange, and then that mane will be gray. Can you visualize that with me? So this is next. So let me show you. So what I have here is, and this yarn, let's talk about the yarn. This is Garth Noor, I think I'm saying that correct. Beacons is 100% organic wool. And this is called Beacons Cadet. So I have 2 of these, and I believe this is going to be where the orange is. Okay? And then the bulk of it is going to be the orange and gray stripe. So can you guys see it? So these stripes are going to be orange and gray, right? And then here is going to be that dark gray, and that big patch will be that dark gray, but the majority of this will be the orange and the gray. Yeah. So this is it's done on a size 4. So the gauge is 24 stitches per inch. It's 76 inches long and 34 inches wide. So I know I've said this before. I like a generous wrap. I like when this action happens. I need wraparound room. I'm that chick. I'm dramatic when it comes to a wrap. I like wraparound. So I am excited about this. This will probably take me a little bit to finish because the gauge, I want to say this is, what, DK weight maybe? DK weight yarn, you guys think? So, yeah. I'm digging this gray and orange combination. I truly am digging the gray and orange combination. So that's what's up next. So you'll probably see quite a bit of this as a whip because this is probably going to take me a while to finish. But I'm excited about that. So that's where we are as far as what I finished, what I'm working on, and what's up next. So, can we talk about Game of Thrones? Can we? Okay, so for those of you that don't watch Game of Thrones, right here and now is where I say thanks for watching. Appreciate you. See you next Sunday. All that good stuff. If you don't watch Game of Thrones, you don't care about what I'm getting ready to say next. So thanks for being here. Oh, I know what I want to talk about. Before we get to Game of Thrones, I will put a link below. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Stitch and Hustle. If you're not familiar with Stitch and Hustle, I need you to go on Instagram and check it out. Stitch and Hustle and 144 Stitches, which is Michelle Costa, holds an event in Chicago. This is the third year in a row, and it's called Stitch Up Chicago. And this year, Lewis, Brooklyn Boy, Christy, and Cece attended. So I kind of got to watch along as did everyone else that follows them. But it's really like a big knitting and crochet social weekend, right? It's not about buying stuff. It's not a market per se, as much as it is a big giant craft night or craft weekend, I guess is the best thing to say. So I say all that to say that it's coming to Brooklyn. So Stitch Up Brooklyn is June 7th and 8th, I believe. Don't quote me. I'll put the information below. But I am so psyched. I am working with Michelle. Shelby and I will both be there working. I'm looking forward to meeting everybody. But if you find yourself in the tri-state area and that weekend happens to be free, check out Stitch Up Brooklyn. It sounds like, from what I saw, it's going to be great. And those that have gone have had nothing but great things to say. And they say your goodie bag is worth the price of admission, because you walk away. Like, they tell the folks that travel to come to bring an extra suitcase because you get that much. She has that many sponsors. So I am truly, truly psyched. So I will put that information in the down bar. And if that weekend, I believe it's June 7th and 8th, is free for you, come on and hang out with us. Okay. Bye. Bye. If you don't like Game of Thrones and you don't care about the dragons and John and all of that stuff, go. Now, for those of you that do watch Game of Thrones and you haven't watched episode 3, season 8 yet, first of all, I'm not sure which rock you live under. And if you don't live under rock and you have some emergency in your life, I'm sorry. And I hope that it's over. But I'm going to ask that you leave too, because this will spoil it. If you have not watched it, here is where you stop. I'm going to give you a few minutes. Y'all gone? Okay. Did you recover yet? Did you recover? I think my voice just became solid again, because I promise you I screamed for a solid 10 minutes. At the end of it, I screamed. I scared Gunner. I screamed so loud. And the funny thing is, Shelby and I do not watch it together. In the same apartment, we don't watch it together. And our cable boxes are off by a couple seconds. So I'm screaming first. And I'm sure she's in her room like, why is mommy screaming? And it's so funny because 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And she's in there. Ah! Listen. First thing off, I think we were all very apprehensive, expecting some of our favorites to die. Although we did lose some folks, we lost some good folks. The main ones are still alive, right? So that was met with mixed emotions. Some people was like, I expected more people to die. I'm like, but wait a minute. Was you wanted them to die? I was nervous because I was expecting people to die, but I wasn't ready for them to die. So that was a win for me. That was a win for me. The dragons were fighting. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I was having a fit. And everybody was talking about it was so dark. But I don't know. I watched it in the dark. So I was able to see it fine. And I watched it on my laptop. So I don't know. But at any rate, little bit, she's my hero. Because she was like, okay, giant. Yep, I'm coming at you. Yep, you killing me. But how about I'm going to take your big ass with me? We both dying today. I love her. Sorry, rest in peace. But she did that. And then What's his name? That Shelby say he had eczema. I can't call his name right now, but he went out like a champ. He was not going. Danny was not dying on his watch, and he fought to the bitter end. He fought to the bitter end, and then when the dragon came back, first of all, can we talk about why Danny would park the dragon? Why would she land the dragon in the middle of all those walkers, knowing? Why didn't she think that they would jump on him? And that was another beautiful scene, though, when he took off and he was trying to shake him off, like, get off me, get off me. I was like, yes, get off. If I could have helped, get off of him. It was so good. And listen, if you follow me, because I have like watched it on my Instagram stories, you will know that I adore Arya Stark. I have since she was a little girl. And she pissed her brother off because she hit the target. I've loved her since she was fighting Joffrey's little... loved her. So for her to be the one, listen, I screamed for 10 solid minutes. 10 solid minutes. Now, I know you got the people that are like, winter was coming, and winter is gone in one episode. Man, listen. The Night King needed to be gone because, wait, y'all think he a Targaryen? Or was a Targaryen? Because Danny said Jacaerys and he stood there. Drogon gave him his business. And when the smoke cleared, he looked up at Danny and smiled. So now the fire doesn't impact her. You think that's one of her great uncles? Because I was like, how old boy just like, that's all you got? I'm out of here. And then John gonna try to run up on him. And then he started raising his hands. I'm like, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. He just brought all the dead people alive. The dead people coming in the crypt. I was like, oh my God. I mean, it was just an outstanding episode. So now it's time for us to go get Cersei. So I think this battle, them fighting Cersei and Danny for that crown, I think this is where we might lose some people. And now, where I was big on Jon needs to be on the throne because technically it's his. He's the blood right. It's his. Arya owned it. Give it to her. Arya earned it. Give her that crown. Because listen, couldn't none of y'all do nothing with the Night King. And she climbed up his back and said, not today. Okay. Nope. Not today. You wasn't on my list, but you could be on it. So it was great. It was so great. It was so great. It was so great. So we got 3 more episodes left. They're going to drive us crazy. I know they are. So I'm excited about tonight. And we'll talk about what I think about tonight next week. So that's it, guys. Short, to the point. You're updated. You know what's going on. Oh, the only other thing that I did not share with you guys is during the month of May, for the last 3 years, I participate in a challenge where I go live every day for the month of May. So I have been going live twice a day. One time on my Facebook page and once on my Instagram page. I haven't done either yet. I plan on going live on my Instagram page shortly, and I am going to talk Game of Thrones. So pretty much same what I did here, so you'll need to catch that. But just so you know, if you are following me on either of those platforms, I will be going live every day the balance of this month. And it's been pretty cool. I mean, if you think you know me, you can really get to know me with me going live every day. So that's all I got. I got a little bit of footage. Do I have footage? I have a little bit of footage. Shelby and I went to a concert. We went to see PJ Morton again. Love that man. Love that man. Love that man. I love a live band. I love music, period. But there's something about a live band. And this time he did like an acoustic type thing. It was just him and his keyboards and his 2 background singers. And he rocked that place to its core. Do you understand me? Fantastic night. So I got a little bit of footage from that. I don't even know if it's worth I'll see what I have, and I'll put a little collage together and put at the end so you guys can see. But that was it. See you next week. See you next Sunday. Same bat station, same bat channel. And don't forget, have a fabulous week on purpose.